Well, Richard and I were in school together. I was a couple years older than he was, about a sophomore, junior when he was a freshman. And he was on the football team, and that's how we started our relationship. And I've been friends with Richard for over 50 years. He was a good teammate. I always teased him. He ran the 40 in about 5 flat, but he thought and played like he ran 4.5. You know, he was a real fast thinker, but he wasn't a very fast runner. But he was a real smart football player, and you could bet the house on him.
If we think about alumni who represent the very best of the University of Central Missouri and the various roles you could play, and then the fact that Richard has almost fulfilled every one of those roles, whether it's generations of his family who have gone here, a parent who sent all his kids here, a student athlete, a coach, and then a graduate, most importantly, who took that degree and really used it beyond himself to make a difference for public education across the state of Missouri. And then to give back in the various forms of a very active alum, a Board of Governors member, president of the Board of Governors. You know, it does not come every day that you can fulfill every one of those roles in the person that we know that is Richard Phillips. And you know, across the state of Missouri, especially within public education, when you say Richard Phillips and you can align that with the University of Central Missouri, he's a Hall of Famer.
Richard put in countless hours on behalf of the University of Central Missouri. He's not looking for any self-proclamation, any gratification other than his own gratification. He's not looking for praise from external sources. He just wants to make things better for his alma mater.
Richard, of course, anybody who knows him knows that he really has great people skills. He was an outstanding ambassador for UCM, you know, as a board member, and also for UCM when he was in administration at the high school level. And then, of course, when he was at the State Department of Education, he was a tremendous ambassador for UCM.
You know, there's many individuals that I gave appreciation to for providing a reflection of the institution that certainly encouraged Chris and I to consider with our family to become a part of UCM. And then you get into the process of actually being in a presidential search, and you get to meet members of the search committee and the Board of Governors. And I'd have to say there was an immediate chemistry with Richard Phillips. He certainly was the type of individual that you were drawn to, a magnetic sense of personality, but also those institutional values you would hope to see amplified across an alumni base, and that's certainly become true. But at the same time, there was a phone call, one of those life-changing phone calls, and I believe Richard was sitting at a round table in Columbia, Missouri, and all of the due diligence was done and all of the effort to kind of come to an agreement, and he made that invitation for us to come to Warrensburg and to Central. And I think my exact words were something along the lines of woohoo. And we still laugh about that a little bit, but at the same time, I don't know that woohoo doesn't really mark a real sense of personal appreciation for Richard's friendship and his leadership at this institution.
Richard, congratulations on your induction into the University of Central Missouri Athletic Hall of Fame. I can't think of an individual that's had a greater impact on the University of Central Missouri athletic program and the university itself than you. You're very deserving of your induction into the Athletic Hall of Fame, and I hope you have a very enjoyable day.
Well, congratulations, Richard, on an honor well deserved and on a job well done.
Richard, on behalf of the Ambrose family, a word of personal appreciation for what you've meant for us and giving us an opportunity to be within this community. On behalf of the Board of Governors and the university, for your leadership and time and effort and compassion for this place. And then on behalf of public educators across this state and for all those lives that they have touched, a real sense of indebtedness for what you mean to education and what you've done with that UCM degree and the difference you've made in students' lives. Congratulations, this is a well-deserved honor.